Welcome back to the channel with your host Addis187, and as always, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying. So yeah, welcome back to another episode. This particular episode is called How to Draw Portraits, and exactly that's what I'm going to show you how to do. But this is actually a walkthrough. What I want you to know before you even start learning is showing you the after and before. The before and after, but in this case the after and before, because you just saw the finished drawing. Now I'm taking you back to the beginning on how I even started. So what I like to do is lay out a grid, and as you can tell, my voice isn't matching up with the actual video. That's because I recorded it and then there was a problem. The audio was not good. There was a bunch of cars in the background noises and all that, so I decided to redo it, and now we're here. So yeah, you saw a bunch of little squares. They don't make sense, but in the future I will show you how to make a grid. I'm not going to show you how to make it this complicated because I kind of overdo it, and that's also not a good thing. But in my particular case, it is. And before we even get started and to the next episode, which should be up tomorrow, I want you to do is this. I want a before and after. What do I mean by this? Well, sort of like when you go to the gym. You take a photo the first day you go there, or the first week, and then 7-8 months later you get to see the results. So what I want you to do is, after you watch this video, go draw a drawing the way you make it. Forget what you learned here, just go make one of your own. That way you can see before you started and then after. And this will help me see if I taught anybody anything, because that's sort of the goal here. Show people how to draw, because kind of bored and don't really have anything to do, and I find this fun. Line work. Whenever you do a sketch, you should never do dark lines. And you're saying, well, if you're not supposed to make dark lines, then why are you doing it? Well, that's because I wanted it to show on camera very clearly, because if not, you can see the small straight lines in the back for the grid. That's how I normally do it. So if I were to put it in the video like that, you wouldn't be able to see anything. All you see is a glare. So I decided to make it really dark, but in this particular case it didn't matter. He has really bushy eyebrows, and then you see the crybaby on the top of his head, well, on his forehead I should say. It's a tattoo. It's really dark, so it was like, it would just go in with everything. And he has tattoos on his face too. So yeah, and he has a crispy beard. I don't know why I said crispy, more like a poofy beard, whatever you want to call it. What I decided to do for this is I made it really dark, and the reason why is so you could also be able to see it when I color over it. But color isn't really important right now. What is important is the actual line work. So what you should do is focus as much as you can on the main outline of the face, but not details. As you can tell, the beard looks like like eyebrows basically sideways. I didn't really focus on anything. The lips aren't even straight like they're supposed to be. So I was like, I don't really care right now. I know later on I'll be able to fix it. And that's sort of what you should think about when you're doing your line work. Try to make it really light so you're able to erase. And the reason why is because if you make it too dark, then you can't really fix it later on. It might ruin the paper and you can't draw over it. Or if you do manage to save it, sometimes the colors don't look the same. You could clearly tell where the paper was damaged. It's happened to me so many times that now I sort of, how can I say, learn from my mistakes, but at the same time I still make the same mistake, because I'm kind of, that's just who I am. But yeah, the next episode I'll touch on more of where to start, on what part of the body you should start in, but that's more of a personal preference for the person. But since I made my grids, like I said, I usually start from left, right, then I go down, left, right, then I go down, left, right, sort of like a printer. That's the best way to put it. I'm hoping this little rant somewhat helped you. I know it doesn't really make sense and it's not organized, but that's sort of the way it's supposed to be. This is a walkthrough, it's not an actual tutorial. In the future I will go more in depth and I will explain better. But for now, like I said, what I want you to do is go out, make a drawing so you can see the before and afters, like the gym shots. This series in particular is on the why and not the how. Most tutorials are, this is how you do it, this is how to do this, how to do that, but not why to do it or why to do this. And that's sort of where I want my tutorials to be based on. I'm telling you why I'm doing this dark, or why I'm gonna make it this light, or why am I making my lines this way instead of that way. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm hoping in the future I'll be able to help you out more and in depth. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it if you made it this far. Like, comment, and subscribe for future tutorials. And I'm out. Thanks for watching.